Howdy ho, it's 6:59. I'm so ready to talk to y'all tonight. I have my wine poured. Look at y'all. Hello, hello, hello. I'm so excited for this. I've poured my wine. I had my radishes. I'm all ready. I wore my Sister Witch's shirt. Look, it has something on it already. You know, I really want to cut this collar. It's too... I need to cut this collar and make it like this, I think. Wouldn't that look better? I don't like this collar. Look, I went on a 1-week cruise and I managed to lose 3 pounds. I went away this weekend and I'm pretty sure I gained 6. Everything's like too tight. We ate really well. Well, hello. I haven't gone live for a really long time. And then Monica and I decided to go live. So I need to know when she jumps on here. I need to add her because we're going to talk about all things tonight with Janelle. I'm so, oh, hey, Melanie. Invite Monica, invite.
Grace coming on now. Hey, Grace, how are you?
Look, do you see Melanie's in the house too?
You what?
Melanie's in the house too.
Is Melanie Nicole or Hippie Mama?
No, Melanie Notes to Self 444.
Oh, okay. Hey, Melanie, how are you?
Yeah, she's in here too.
I was talking to her today earlier.
Okay, so who's the other person you invited to be in the live?
Okay, so let's see. Who else did I invite? Oh, I Carumba. Do you know I Carumba?
No, I follow
The Real
her.
Deal is here too. Hey, guys. Okay, so I Carumba is a creator. She has a lot of the clips. She puts a lot of like the actual clips of the show.
Okay.
On TikTok. So, and then she has a page where she talks about the clips that she puts on there. Hey, The Real Deal. Hey, Sharon. Is it Sharon? Is that right? Sharon H? Hi, Sharon. How are you?
Oh, The Real Deal is here.
The Real Deal is here. Yup. Okay. So look, we've got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about with this entire thing. And I have notes. Okay. But the first thing I want to do is just point out how lovely Cody's picture is, because he just looks so good, don't you think?
Sexy.
Foxy. Okay, so that was courtesy of my friend Reality Alley. She sent that to me, and so I was just excited I had to share it. Okay, so the things I want to discuss tonight. All right, you drink your water, had your meds, had your coffee earlier.
Yep, I'm all set.
All right, I got my water.
Good
I've got my dirty soda, which is root beer, vanilla creamer, and a little bit of coconut, like syrup stuff.
Nice.
I know, it was fancy. I figured if we were going to be talking about the,
well, that was this. I was like, okay, if we're going here, I might as well just pour the glass. Let's just do it.
I love it. Okay, so things I want to talk about tonight. The NDA. I want to talk about the hold harmless. I want to talk about Janelle actually saying to Cody, as she told us last night, that she said to him about pushing the deal through. I'm going to talk to you about what it entails to push a deal through, because I've been a realtor for 16 years. I have never had anything like that happen because I don't normally deal with that. That's a legal issue.
Right.
So I don't normally do. Real Deal. Are you missing sound? Is anyone else missing sound?
I can hear you.
I can hear you. Real Deal. Did you have your volume down?
or did you accidentally connect to Bluetooth?
I Carumba. Can you hear me?
Everybody on my side says they can hear.
Okay, love you. I can hear both. You can hear both. You can hear. Okay, yeah. We're going to keep going. All right. So let's talk about Shy Pretty Wife. Let's talk about Janelle being the bookkeeper. Janelle bought in 2021 a fifth wheel. She paid approximately $82,000 for it. I don't know if that has ever really been discussed, because everyone always talks about the fact that Janelle lived in an apartment in Flagstaff and it was this teeny tiny little apartment. But I don't think we've ever really thought about the fact that she had a fifth wheel. Which, by the way, she still has in North Carolina. It's on the property.
Uh-huh. And Cody had to buy a new truck to pull that fifth wheel.
Bingo. I have now done a lot of research on what a partition action is, which is forcing the sale. Thank you, Nicole. Okay, good. You can hear us. Okay. I heard some news today which is the reason I called Melanie because I don't have a second confirmation of it. Okay. Did not come from Melanie. That's why I called her to see if she could confirm. She did not confirm. So
okay,
let's all do that.
Spell it, right?
Right. Okay. Look, it's if you rumor has it that a HELOC was taken out on the on Cody and Robin's McMansion, the new one.
What's
a HELOC. That? A HELOC is a I just blanked out on it. Home equity line of credit. Woo!
Oh.
Home equity line of credit. So they took out a $750,000 home equity line of credit at the end of December. Now, is that weird? Not necessarily. A HELOC does not mean that they have taken out a loan. It means that if they want to, they have this money available to them.
Correct. And it could be for like fixing something up or whatever.
Correct. Absolutely. Right. But it is a very interesting. I mean, like they just closed on Coyote Pass. Did they just want to have the money available? Maybe, but I don't know. That's a lot of money. Okay. Like I said, what a partition action is. I researched that. I still have a theory that Cody is opening a church.
Oh.
Yeah. So I want to talk about that. And I want to talk about Cody might still love Janelle.
Well, yes, he said, I might, didn't he even put do?
Mm-hmm. He said, how did he put it? He said,
I might still
I loved Janelle and might still.
Yes.
That's what he said. Sorry, I'm having a hot flash, just so you know. This happens all the time when I get online.
I will in a minute because I'm drinking wine.
Woo!
So which one shall we start with?
Okay, so let's start with the NDA and the hold harmless.
Okay.
Because when the NDA came out, I caramba! Whoop, wait. How do you join?
How do I join? Have to come on. Can you add her? Invite her as a host. If you can't, then she'll have to come to my page and I'll have to invite her.
I can't.
Tell her to come to my page.
Caramba, do you know Got to Be Me Now? Do you know how to get to Grace's page? She should be linked here. It's Got to Be Me Now. If you can get in there. Okay, now.
As soon as I see her pop up, I'll add her.
Okay, cool. Okay, Nicole, I missed you. You tried to get in here and I missed you. I'm so sorry. Okay, so the NDA, I'm not necessarily all that surprised that Cody and Robin tried to present that, but the hold harmless, that actually stopped me in my tracks. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. So if you aren't aware, let me just kind of give you a heads up here. Hey, caramba!
Hi. There she is.
Hey, how are you? And then Nicole, how are you? We got Nicole coming in here. Hey, how are you?
Hi, good.
Good. Okay. So were you all surprised by the NDA? Hey, Nicole, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Okay, were you surprised by the NDA and were you surprised by the hold harmless?
I was not surprised. I think Cody and Robin, they don't like anybody else talking about them or talking about anything about them. They don't want them disclosing. So as long as they can keep them in the hush, the better for them.
But I found it interesting. So one of the podcasts, I listened to, I don't know, 3 or 4 different podcasts. And one of the podcasters, it might have been Corey and Carly, but I'm not positive. put it out there that Robin was the one that wanted the NDA.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that drug all that. And their theory on it was that it was because she secretly, at this point, none of them trust anybody. And that she was afraid that because Cody and Janelle were trying to force the sale behind Mary's back, that if she did not get an NDA signed, that they could turn around and try to throw her under the bus with Meri saying it was her doing. So she wanted an NDA signed so that no one could then throw her under the bus and make it be like her fault. I may have got the theory wrong, but it was somewhere along those lines. That she actually was kind of trying to cover her own arse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think she's definitely trying to cover her own arse. I think that she wanted them to sign the hold harmless because she doesn't want Meri to come back and sue them for the money that Meri has in their house.
Oh, yeah.
And she wanted to shut her up about that.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know about Coyote Pass.
Right.
I know that. Okay, so I did some research into what it takes to actually force a sale. So, like I said, I've been a realtor for 16 years, never done anything like this. This is a legal thing, and you have to get a partition action, which means it is usually apparently used in this kind of a thing, really, when there's like an investment property and the partners are not agreeing. So they would go to the judge and say, look, we own 14 acres. Meri only owns 2. We want to sell this whole entire parcel. She's holding this up. We need to sell this. So then the judge would then say, okay, look at everybody's deed. Say, I will distribute the money as it is deeded. They would all get their money. And that would be it.
And Meri would be screwed.
Meri would be screwed.
Well, I have to. So when this whole thing, this circles us back to Janelle a little bit. So when all of this started unfolding, initially, I even did videos about it. I was like, good for Janelle for like having Meri's back and telling her to get a lawyer and, and then the timing comes out later. And it's like, okay, hold up. Janelle went to Cody and was like, hey, how are we going to do this? She didn't like what Cody answered. She goes and talks to a lawyer. Then she goes back to Cody and says, I talked to a lawyer and a lawyer says we can force the sale without Meri's input. Hint, hint. Not that I would do that, but just so you know, we could. Like, plants that in him and Robin's mind. Then goes back to Meri and says, hey, you really should get a lawyer. And then Meri goes back to Cody and says, Janelle told me to get a lawyer.
I think the timing of that is off. I think that's a little backwards. I think that Janelle was starting to do her investigation and was like, hold on a minute here. Like, I'm about to get really, really screwed here.
Yeah.
And so is Meri. But if I can team up with Meri, we can fight this fight together. And I think that she went to Meri in good faith and was like, hey, Meri, go get a lawyer. Then when Meri went to Cody, Janelle was like, all right, that's not, you know what? Forget it.
That would make more sense. That would make more sense. Because that would explain why then Janelle was so like, F you if you're going to run to Cody with that information. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily saying that Meri would be like, F you, but I think that if you listen to what Janelle said, she was talking to a lawyer.
Janelle more or less said F you to Meri because Meri ran to Cody.
Look. Janelle got on that show and said, I was stunned by that. Was anybody else stunned by that?
I didn't catch it.
You didn't catch it?
I did and I didn't. It's been like, this whole money thing has been like a scab in my brain that's been itching. And I've just been like, with it. And so when I watched, that's why I did the video the other day, because I was like, wait a minute, like the bookkeeper is the one all of a sudden pointing the finger at everybody else and acting all nonchalant, like, well, I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, see, I posted a video today, and on that video, Janelle says, it's a video where she's crying, and she's like, I am in my 50s, and I am left with nothing. When all this whole time, she kept seeing the money leave, because Cody and Robin have been spending nonstop since Vegas. They've been spending. So she has been seeing the money debiting their accounts back and forth. I mean, literally, she had to drink 2 bottles of wine to be able to do the accounting one of those years that she was in Flagstaff. So in that video, she's crying. She's saying, I'm in my 50s and I'm left with nothing, absolutely nothing. All my money stuck in that land. And then...
Oh, I don't hear you now.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Nothing I can do
There we
if
go.
they don't want to play ball. So she went to Meri to try and get Mary's back and get on her good side. And she tried, because I bet you Cody wasn't doing anything. So she said, if I get somebody to push Cody with me, then we both can get this ball rolling, because I need the money desperately, because I'm buying this land with Maddie, right? So then that's what she did. And then Meri, of course, is still very loyal to Cody and Robin. She went and asked, like, hey, what's going on? Why did she ask me to get a lawyer? And then everybody is going on Meri saying, oh my God, Meri threw Janelle. But I don't think she said it. She went and said it just to be a snitch.
No,
Because I think she was just like asking, like, what is going on? Like, why isn't this going through, you know? And then Janelle, I do honestly believe, and I go against, I mean, I don't really care, because I don't make money off of this, so I don't really give a F about it. But I mean, I do go against the grain, because it's what I am thinking in my head. So I'm thinking, Janelle ain't no saint, and everybody wants to paint her as oh my gosh, she's this saint who cannot break a glass, but she breaks all the dishes behind your back, and like nobody found out about it. Do you know what I mean? Because like, for real, it's like, oh, she don't drink, but she drinks 2 bottles of wine just like that. Like, what the hell? I drink 1 and I'm already like a roach being sprayed by Raid, you know? So I'm like, no, like, that's just not, like, they're alcoholics. So I'm like, no, like, she brought that, and then she screwed up when she said, well, my lawyer brought up this idea and I brought it up to Cody. There you go. You literally told on yourself that you were the main mastermind of that idea. Even if your lawyer gave you that idea, you brought it to the table.
So there's some people in the comments saying that Cody brought it up to Janelle first. And I think that's what Monica is pointing out, is that this week, if you go back and watch that clip, this week, Janelle openly says, I'm the one that brought it to Cody and said we could do this.
Yep. I posted it. Yeah, I posted that. I posted that part.
Posted it too. Yeah, it's on there.
Right out of her own mouth.
My jaw hit the ground.
Me too.
I stopped it. I rewound it. I watched it again. I stopped it. Like probably 5 times, because I was like,
I was watching it with Oliver, and I think she reacted too. She was like, oh. So it was fun. I was like, there you go. Shh, I told you so.
Yeah. I that statement right there, it affected the way I look at Janelle.
Yeah.
It really did.
I have come to the only one that I've ever talked to personally is Meri. And I have to say, I liked Meri in the very beginning, that I didn't like Meri for years. Yeah. And now I really am learning to have a lot of respect for Meri, because I think she's the only one who has really stepped back and said, wait a minute, this is really effed up. And, you know, Christine is still, to me, she was raised in that culture. She knows how the right things to say to manipulate Cody, just like her coming out with that latest one saying, I don't want to say that he was ever controlling, because he was never controlling. She's trying to calm things down and play nice. You know, she's sitting sweet, because that's what she knows how to do. To calm it all down. Robin is still saying that our religion, so
I
she's
know.
still in there. Janelle, I'm not convinced doesn't still have one foot in the door, and that's why going and getting the whatever it's called was so important to her. So Mary's the only one that has been like, peace out,
Yep.
I think that Meri has definitely done the most deconstruction. I agree with you that I think that she's probably had the most time away, in fact, from Cody and this whole religion, and has been treated the worst.
Yeah.
She has been publicly humiliated on numerous occasions at Cody's whim, or at just because it's a Tuesday and he's bored. I don't know what happened with this whole Meri is, abusive, because nobody will talk about it.
Look,
So now, after 16 years, I just don't believe it.
Yeah, see, somebody just said, did you all forget what Mary's done?
What'd she do?
To be honest with you, I think just because she was strict and like even I think I read it in the book or somebody said it, but Cody liked how Meri cleaned. I mean, even to the end. Meri has always been very clean, very organized. She likes things tidied up, and that's who she is. And some people look at that and they see them as controlling, but that's not controlling at all. That's just how they are. Some people like to have a mess, like let's say it how it is, Janelle. I mean, her house is always a mess. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I mean, it is what it is. And I mean, it was so stark differences. And McKelty's a whole mess. Oh my God, I could talk for hours about McKelty.
But why hasn't McKelty said anything yet? Like, he's a loose cannon.
My comment section is blowing up right now, and I'm drinking wine. That's probably not a good thing. But my comment section is all saying, have you all forgotten Meri was sending kids to bed with no dinner? I'm sorry.
I send my kids without dinner too.
I'm 60 years old.
This week.
Sending kids to bed 30 years ago without dinner.
I'm gonna get my dog something. Hold on.
That was considered normal back then. Like,
I send my kids to bed without dinner. Okay, if they misbehaved or if they didn't want to eat what I made, this ain't no diner. You eat what I made. If you don't like it, then go hungry.
In complete transparency, they raised those kids in a polygamy lifestyle. Like, they shouldn't be tit for tacking like how they were raising them. They did it in a non-conventional way, and you're gonna be mad because someone sent them to bed without dinner. Like, I
don't think it happened all the time, to be honest. McKelty over exaggerates things.
I don't think that's look, I don't know what happened because they won't talk about it. But the things that they will talk about, if that is truly what they are mad about.
Well, Christine talked about it in the book, right?
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, like, McKelty didn't have 4 pennies, and so Meri got mad and embarrassed and yelled at her. Which, number one, is ridiculous to yell at a child for something like that. But number two, like, you're not gonna have a relationship with this person because they yelled at you.
And number 3, I have 2 children. I can't count the number of times I screwed up that my kids could tell stories about me. If I had 20 kids, you'd have to multiply that by 20.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely.
That's true. I look at the stuff with Meri, and I personally, and I have said this from day one, I'm not here to support an abuser, but I'm also, like you said, let's look at this realistically. These are 5 adults that had a polygamous, not polyamorous, polygamous relationship and tried to raise 20 kids in it, and it got messy.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, but also, which kids are the ones talking bad about Meri? Because the most stable ones, Logan, like the ones that are more stable in life and stable mentally, they like Meri. They visit Meri. They call Meri. They talk to Meri. So just putting it out there. But the kids that are stable in every kind of way, they like Meri. So that just tells you something.
I think a lot has to
Exactly.
stem with that Mary got a lot more than the other wives because she only had one child. And they probably saw that they were going without. And I think there was a lot of jealousy there too. You get
Oh,
what
with
I'm saying?
McKelty? Yeah, McKelty was.
Yeah.
I think McKelty
and
was very, very,
Mariah
very
back then.
jealous of Mary's child growing up. And I think that probably Mary was very conscientious of the fact that I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think McKelty is the next child after hers. Is that right?
No, I think it was
Leon?
McKelty and Maddie. No, I think it was
I think it was
Mariah
Maddie
back then, Mariah and Maddie.
and
And then
okay,
McKelty,
and then
like they all three kind of like grew up to, like they were the same age.
okay, and then the next one is McKelty. Is that right?
Yeah.
Whatever the case may be, there were 3 children that were
Very close in age.
very close in
Them,
age,
Yes.
those 3 girls.
and it was Mary's only child.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've got, Janelle has a couple. You've got Christine has a couple, but this one is Mary's only one.
Mhm.
And my guess is that she did more. She, I mean, I understand. I got one.
Pat, I don't know who Patty Chick is, but she's like, well, yeah, but what about Mary attempting to cheat? Okay, look, I'm not saying cheating's okay, but Mary went there because this whole mess is a mess. And she was being, Cody at that point was literally pushing her away
Mhm.
and having no contact with her. And she was supposed to just sit over here
Mhm.
and be lonely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Take the loneliness.
I don't. You know what? I never judge, and I have never judged Mary for the catfishing that she did. She was extremely lonely, not only by Cody, but all the sister wives, and even Christine has acknowledged in her book that they would only get together for the cameras. So Mary, she was childless at that point. The only daughter that she had left for college. She was by herself. She was lonely. They literally pushed her there. And she was just looking for some kind of approval, for some kind of anything. And I don't blame her. And they still expected her to make money off of LuLaRoe and still make money and all this other stuff. It's like, no, you guys pushed her there. All of you, not only Cody, all of you pushed her there.
Yeah.
What happened to the sister wives? It's I don't know. It's just all a mess. It's all a lie.
Well, and I certainly don't think, I do not think that Mary was innocent in any of this. Like,
No, I don't
I'm
either.
not trying to say that Mary, but I get so sick of people picking a wife. Like, people come at me all the time and say that I don't like Christine because for a while, everybody was like, Christine was some kind of saint.
Oh yeah,
and
she
I
still
was-
is.
I'm like, y'all are delulu. Like, all 4 of these women
Right.
put their children in this situation.
Yes.
Well,
all 4 of
and
them.
all 4 of these
was that?
women are very different women.
Yeah.
Just completely different women as a whole.
Right.
Mhm.
None of them are perfect.
Mm-mm.
And I get so sick of people putting any of them on a
I-
pedestal.
I loved when you said one day, like, "Oh, Christine can take a poop," and you guys will be like, "Oh my God, what a work of art that is!
It is. Y'all
Put it in the museum, please."
better
Go
than
put it
any
in the museum.
Yeah.
It's like that's how it is. When I started doing videos, I noticed that a lot of people, oh my God, you couldn't touch Christine with
No.
a petal of a rose because, oh my goodness. And I started not giving an F. I was like, you know what? I don't care. And I've even put on my thing, like, I ain't got no favorite wife. So if you come to my page thinking we're gonna be having an hour of prayer for Christine, it ain't gonna happen in this page. It ain't gonna happen.
Well, and
Go
when I did the
somewhere
video-
else where we know that they're kissing Christine's butt all the time because we know those creators who are always kissing them, and I'm like, that ain't me. They all had their own faults. It's like also when they say, oh my God, they were so poor back then. They didn't have money for food. Have you guys seen their bankruptcy records? Because I have them. I printed them out. I have them. And the amount of money they spend on Best Buy, the credit cards from Best Buy, from Lowe's, from Home Depot, from all these other stores, that there's no food there. There's no food at Dillard's. There's no food at the at the Lowe's. There's no food at Best Buy. You were buying stereo systems and stuff like that. Don't come and tell me your kids were going hungry and you guys were spending the credit card money at Best Buy. Like,
Well, I mean, I don't doubt that actually. I don't doubt that in the least. Look
Yeah.
at them. Look at
Look
them.
at Maddie. Maddie admitted it. Maddie said
Yeah,
it
I
on
mean,
the podcast.
I think all
terrible at money.
the kids have talked about that kind of a thing actually happening, but I could absolutely see Cody, who, by the way, with his first check from TLC, went out and bought that ridiculous little white convertible.
you know
instead
what?
of-
Actually, he already had. I have this message that somebody sent me like 3 years ago now, and I don't even know why she chose to send it to me. Because after I read it, I was like, "Oh my god, I can never unread this message." And one day I'll release like the whole message, because it's crazy. But anyways, she said that they would come and get massages, and she says Cody would come in this stupid convertible, and the women would come in these broken down cars. And every Sunday he would come and get a massage, and we hated getting him for a massage. But he would go every Sunday. So the kids were starving and didn't have food, but he was getting a massage every single Sunday. And the woman would sometimes go and get a massage too. And they started thinking, I think he's a polygamist. And the girls started saying, yeah, he says he sends his kids in the summer to Wyoming, and that's a polygamist thing to do. And then the wife started coming, and they were like, yeah, they're a polygamist. So he's had a sports car even before the show.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know that little gold sports car that he drove around on the show, the little convertible?
Oh yeah,
Mary won that with her MLM.
really?
Her first one, that shake one that she did before she got into LuLaRoe.
I
Oh,
will say this.
Oh, wow.
I think some of this, and this is just my opinion, okay?
Mhm.
But I think some of this, we watch Cody doing some of this stuff, and to most of us, we're like, what in the world, right? But you have to remember the culture in which he was raised is completely patriarchal.
Oh yeah.
So to him,
his dad.
him having
Care.
complete control of the money and divvying out what the wives get is normal. It's so I don't know how to describe it. I was brought up conservative Mennonite, and I know things that happen in our community that are other people look at and are like, what? And I don't even think about it because it's just par for the course. It's how we do things.
Right.
And I think to him, he thinks that's the way the rest of the world works.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
It's completely out of his thought process.
No, but see, I don't think his dad was filing bankruptcy every 3 years. They
No,
live
no.
very poorly in the farm. Like the way that Cody wants to live and the way he lives, even with his little sports car. Like the way he amended, I think his brother is on. He comes to TikTok, but the way they describe how they lived, they didn't live. Like they lived very poor.
They
Like,
did live very
very
poor. But this whole thing of like having 3 wives and only marrying one and having 3 on food stamps, and that's considered normal.
Yeah,
Like,
no, that is.
If you
It's-
remember, him and Christine had the conversation. He's like, I know plenty of people that have non-contact or marriages. Like that's the norm, and
That's
they're
the norm. Yes. So I think that's where with Meri, when that relationship, when he started ghosting her, for lack of a better word,
Mhm.
he did not see that as being a problem because he
Yeah.
knows plenty of people that live that way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it wasn't an issue to him till she undermined his authority by being catfished.
Yep.
Mhm.
And that made him look
ego.
bad. And
That-
so it makes me look bad. And so then he punished her further emotionally.
Yep.
And then she finally was like, enough is enough. And
Yeah.
and I think now Mary's in a place where she's had a lot of therapy and is clearly much better. And I wish Robin, honestly, I wish Robin would do therapy. I would love for Robin to go get some therapy and step away from Cody.
Robin
She's
is
her
the
own therapist.
She is
She
the
thinks she is.
therapist.
Because she talks Cody.
She's
You
everybody's
don't
therapist.
understand. She reads nuance better than anybody else.
Mary's on here. Mary, will you get on if I invite you?
Meri Brown? The
Yes.
Meri Brown?
The
Meri
Brown.
Brown.
I don't know if she'll do it, but I'll
She's
invite
gonna be
her.
like, I'm not getting on
It's
here with
okay.
this crazy.
Oh, there she is.
Mary.
No way.
I don't know if she'll do.
I just saw a video where somebody saw Mary out and
Good
about. She's in
point.
this black outfit. She looks stunning, by the way.
Oh my.
And the
snatch.
woman was like, "Oh my God, Mary!" And then she was
Mary,
like, "You
is
don't
that
get it."
you? I can't hear you. Are you here?
Cried.
Hey!
Hi, Mary. How are you?
Hey, friend!
I guess
I'm
her ears were ringing so loud.
I don't even.
I'm so proud of you,
I
Mary.
don't
Hi,
even,
Zona. I am so proud of you, Mary. As a wife myself, a first wife, I watched you on Sunday night with tears of pride running down my face. I shouted for you. I
Yep.
jumped up and down for you. I am so proud of you.
Yep.
You have done an amazing job.
Yep.
What an example you have set for all of us women. Thank you.
If
Yeah.
I had a
For real.
daughter,
Thank
I
you.
want her to take after what you
Yeah.
did. Like it was so
I
inspirational.
was just singing your praises,
fabulous.
saying that I think of all the wives, you were the one that I initially didn't necessarily love, but you have looked at
You're
this
my OG.
mess and said, I'm worth more than this.
Yes.
And gone and gotten the therapy and done the work. And I wish that Robin would do that. I wish the rest of them would do that.
You
I'm sorry,
are
that's
an
an
inspiration
Don't cry.
to
You.
so
Don't
many
cry.
women out there. And I want you to know that. No, I know. You're all like the clump now.
But
But I
not
want
even-
you to know that there are women out there that are looking at you and cheering for you because you are leading the way.
And like
You are.
in all honesty, like women that feel like they have no outs and they can't do it and they have nowhere to go, like they see this and they're like, I can. It's gonna take time, but I can, and I'll know that I can because she did it.
Yeah.
Well, and like Christine left, but I was just saying this earlier. Christine left, but she hasn't deconstructed, and she's still keeping sweet with Cody, and she's not. And you know, Janelle's just like, oh, and you're the only one that has been like, no.
This is my line in the sand. I am worth more than this.
Yes.
And let's give
I
Jen
deserve
credit.
Guys,
better
means
than this,
so
which
much
you
to
do.
me. This means so much to me, and I
Oh,
really
baby.
appreciate what you guys are saying. And I'm
Aw.
so sorry. Holy crap!
No, thank you. No,
Sorry.
I am so
thank you. Don't be
sorry.
sorry. Thank you.
Yeah,
This
thank
is
you.
why
Mary.
Yeah,
I
I
wish
think we
I
are
could see
so
who are on
proud.
with you guys. I can't see the little teeny tiny squares.
We've
I
got
can't see who that is.
we've got Oliver, Nicole,
Hi,
and
Mary.
we've got Ay Caramba.
Mayra?
Icaramba. I have seen Icaramba around a little bit.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, though. I was just telling them I throw
You guys,
everybody
that
under the
just
bus.
like that just
It's just
warms
they all
my
take
heart.
turns.
You guys are being so. Sorry,
I don't
I'm
think
talking
that you-
over you. I'm so sorry.
I don't think you understand. When you did this, you kicked the door open.
Yep.
You didn't just open the door. You kicked the door open for women in a similar situation, not necessarily in the same religion, but in a similar situation. You showed everybody that it can be done. It can be done with grace and dignity and compassion, with style, and you look fabulous doing
You
it.
do look fabulous.
And,
I do better say that.
and you've just done a fabulous job. I'm so impressed with you.
Especially because you had to rebuild yourself
Mhm.
from nothing because they had you so broken. Not only Cody, but everybody had you so broken.
Yeah.
And you literally had to pick up the pieces that were there shattered and pick yourself up piece by piece. So that's why it took you so long, but you did it. And that is the most important thing, is that you are living life now to the fullest, and that you can just be happy. Even if it's by yourself, you can be happy. Because it's
And it
better
is
to be by yourself than to be
beautiful.
with somebody who is always putting you down. And they
Okay,
don't
so-
deserve your energy, your space. They don't deserve to have you at all. And
No.
I am so
Mary,
glad you
guys, I'm
have
like
people that love you
ugly,
now.
ugly crying,
Oh.
and I just like it. Just this warms my heart so much to hear you guys say that, because like I don't do these things. Excuse me, while I walk into my bathroom to grab some tissues. But
I'm so
I'm
sorry.
sweating because I'm having a hot flash.
Are they
I'm gonna wipe my
sweating?
face. There we go. There we go. There we
But
go.
like,
Come on.
I mean,
Menopause.
so I sat down on my chair right now because I just was finishing some work, and like my back is in pain. My back has been giving me some problems, and so I'm like, I gotta sit down for a second, take a break. I'm like, oh, what better thing to do than jump on TikTok, right? So so I did this, and I was not expecting to see you guys, let alone to hear what you guys are saying, and it means so much to me because I didn't. It's okay. Go lay down. I'm not playing. She's bringing me her. What is that picture? Oh my gosh! Get back in front of that.
It's his gum teeth.
Say back to that. Like, what is happening? You're causing me more trauma.
He's gonna get nightmares tonight.
That
You
is
know-
absolute nightmare fuel.
I think it looks right.
That was so funny. But I'm just like, I just finished like a long work day, and so my hair is a mess, and oh my gosh,
Okay,
you guys,
don't
so
worry
you
about
did
it.
not catch
You
me
look
a good
amazing.
time, but whatever. It's my
always
own
look
fault for
fabulous, man.
clicking tap on the live to watch live, so it's my own fault. But
No.
anyway, like here's the thing. I never do anything for accolades. Like, so for you guys to say these things, like it means a lot to me that I'm seen.
That's why it's
Like
genuine.
it really does. It means a lot that I'm seen.
Yeah.
Because like I think so often we just are not seen in the things that we do, and I've had so many conversations. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Oh. I want to hug her.
I've had so many conversations with my people that are close to me, and about, oh, for heaven's sakes, just get a freaking grip, woman. I've had so many conversations with people close to me, and it's like, I get like I see the things that people in my family say about me, and like whether it's on the show or just on social media or whatever, and I see things, and I'm like, and people sometimes will be like, aren't you gonna like fight back and stand up for, like defend yourself? And I remember my dad told me this years ago. He's like, there's no point in defending yourself, because if you try to defend yourself, you're gonna look guilty.
Yeah.
Or if you know what I mean? So he's like, there's no point. All you do is you live your life who you are and how you are, and people will see it. And that's been something that I've really tried to live by. I'm not always perfect. Listen,
Nobody.
I have my Worthy Up brand and my Salty Birches brand, and they're kind of opposite. But like to me, I mean, they're not really. Like I honestly have had to like work to, like, can I do Worthy Up and Salty Birches at the same time? Hell yeah, I can, because I Worthy Up to be me, authentically a salty birch. So yes, I absolutely can do both, right? Like
and are you actually going to write us a book?
Yeah, she is.
Oh, it's coming. Yes. Don't you worry. Don't you
Thank
worry.
God.
But here's the thing, and you guys need to understand this. Anybody who sees this, you need to understand it. I have committed behind closed doors. I say lots of things. I do. I feel lots of things, and I say lots of things. But I don't believe that there's any point in putting that out into the Twitter sphere, the universe, the interwebs, right? Like, I just don't think that putting negativity or unhealed emotion out there. I don't want the attention for the unhealed emotion.
Okay.
I don't need the attention. It's not.
You don't
want
wanna do it for the
you
money.
know what I mean? Like, I don't need that doesn't need to be out there.
Okay.
It's important to me what I put out there will be stories, but it's not to spill the tea. It's to be like, okay, this happened. Let me share with you how I move through that, what I learn from it. And if it can help you with something, then awesome. Right? Like
Right.
for me, it's like that's what I'm committing to in my writing, because that's what's important to me. Like it just is. You know, I had a conversation recently with somebody in my life about an experience that happened between us probably 3 months ago. Could have been maybe even 4 months ago, right? And it was this the conversation that we had had 3 or 4 months ago. Ultimately, of course, I didn't know about it until recently, when we had this conversation. But we'd had this conversation, and I went out of the conversation thinking that it was open-ended. We still need to like come back together and have a conclusion about the conversation, right? Well, the other person felt like that it was done and it was closed, and we had it all solved and figured out, right? And so as time went on, and it was regarding something in the future. At that time, it was like September when we had the conversation, and it was regarding something that would have been happening in like end of October, November, whatever, something like that. And so as time went on, and like we never had that conversation and we never came back around to it, I was having a lot of emotion, right? I was having like, I don't know, like my anxiety and my frustration and like just a lot of emotion, angry, you know, whatever, just all the things.
Right.
And I was not going to have a conversation with this person regarding that situation. We didn't have the conversation until like a week or two ago, but I purposely didn't have that conversation to like figure it out until I was processed through all my emotion of it, because I didn't want to come into the conversation angry or frustrated or whatever. And it was really good for me, because in the moment, in those couple of months, you know, like a couple of months ago, like in that time, it was good for me to like sit with myself. What are these feelings? Why are they here? What part of it is me? What part of it is the situation? What part of it is triggers from the past, right? Like, so I didn't want to like just jump into the emotions immediately as they are, because those are, I mean, they're feelings, they're valid, but they're not really usually 100% accurate, because the emotion is like so intense. Does that make sense?
Do you have a process that you use to go?
Me to have the experience. Yeah, it was really good to have the experience of processing through all of that and coming to a peace with it myself. Then when I brought it to the other person, and, you know, the other person was like, oh, okay, I get it. I understand. Didn't realize that was the situation. And I was like, oh, okay, I get it. Really? You thought that the conversation was closed? And it was interesting because we both took completely different perspectives from the situation. They had no idea that there was an issue. And I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? And so that's what, for me, that's just a little example of like why it's important to like work through the emotion yourself. You don't need to cause all this big drama, like work through it, because it was valid to me, you know, and then I was able to work through it and have a good conversation about it. And so just an example of like what's important for me when I write the book. So that was a long story to
Meri, you're a much bigger person than me, because usually when I'm mad, we're duking it out right now. Like, let's
but
go.
Here's the thing. Do you usually come to a conclusion? Do you get to like, does it?
No.
Like,
no,
does it get like worse?
We're just fighting. I'm biting ears and I'm punching noses.
Freak, man, I've had so many fights in my life. I don't need any more fights.
No, that's true.
I'm with you, Meri. I am too old and too tired. I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to yell. I don't want to hear this. Age. I'll let you stay an extra 5 minutes. I just don't yell at me. I don't want to fight anymore. It's not worth it.
Well, but I do agree. Like Monica touched on this a little bit. So when you are having all those feelings, how Meri, do you process that? Like, do you have a set? Like, do you journal? Do you talk to it? Like, what is your process to?
She puts it down in the junk journal.
Duh. Duh.
Why do you think she got it for? It's a $300 journal.
That journal is important.
Yeah.
I'll
that's what
tell
she
you
puts
right
on her
now,
junk.
that
don't
journal
even know
is
where
worth
that journal
way
is.
more than $300.
It's
What, Mary?
stored
What'd you
somewhere.
say?
I said that journal is
I
worth
said I don't
No,
know where
Mary
it is.
said something.
I don't know where it is.
You're a liar.
You should
I
auction that
literally
thing
don't.
off for charity, and that's
I
not a
literally
joke.
don't.
It's sitting on the
I
table
have
next to
no
you. I see it.
idea. No.
Well,
I literally
someday
have
when
no
you
idea
find
if
it,
it's in a box. No, I literally have no idea if it's in a box in storage or if I already got rid of it. I literally can't remember.
It was so
I
ugly.
can't.
If somebody finds that at the Parowan Goodwill, please send it to me. Please, for the love of everything that is holier than thou, send it to me. I will pay
Oh my
dollars
gosh.
for this.
Mary might autograph one and send it to you. I
I
don't know.
will pay.
oh my gosh,
dollars.
you should go in someplace and sign a bunch of
Oh my
You
god.
guys are so funny. You guys are so funny. Okay,
I'm
but
telling
back
you
to the
though, if somebody
question
would buy it,
What
if
do
you
I
wanted
do?
to, if you find it, you
I
can
think it's
auction it
only
off.
water in here, guys.
You-
I wouldn't
think-
feel right about selling it.
There's not water in here.
I might give it
It's
to
water.
somebody.
Hey, Mary, I have a question for
I
you.
might give it to somebody.
When you're
but
being,
okay.
when you're being filmed and Cody or somebody on the cast says something that's just beyond, like when you're sitting at the picnic table and you're having a conversation, how do you keep your face? Because I have the face that if you say something, you're
Yeah.
gonna see it on
Oh
me.
yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. You should get some sort of Emmy for that.
You need
should.
to send me, like, give me a class, because there were some things that were said between you and another curly-headed cast member that I was just like, how are you keeping your face so
How
straight
did
right
she
now?
not just?
He does this.
I mean,
You know,
sure?
if
you
we're going to
should.
talk about that moment in particular, I went into that one very hard, and you saw that, you know. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
let's
As you
hug.
should have.
Really? Are we gonna? We want to hug right now? Like, this is kind of weird, you know. So I definitely went in. I wouldn't say with my walls up. I didn't go in with my walls up because I was
like that.
open to seeing what it was about. I was open to seeing what he wanted to talk about, what was going to happen. Like, I was open to that, but I was also protecting myself. Let's just say that,
Sure.
protecting myself. And I, you know, like I express myself on my face very well. Sometimes it's very, like, you can see it all over it. So I don't know why I was able to stay so stone-faced.
You were poker. Like
there
you
you
were
are.
Lady Gaga poker face. You were like, I'm not giving you anything. You
Okay,
were
but
so
can I
good. Honestly, I stood up and cheered. In the last couple of episodes, I have literally stood up and cheered for you. I have woken people up in my house. I have
you.
cried.
My
I have
favorite
been
thing.
so proud.
My favorite thing this week was when Cody said, "When Mary calls, I'm scared."
You should be.
He said, I'm scared to answer the phone call. I'm like in
You
fear.
should
And I'm
be.
like,
I was
That's
like,
right.
yes.
I
That's
don't know
right.
why
It's not
he's so
scared.
scared. What's he gonna do? Like, what
It's
does he
not
think I'm
scared.
gonna do?
It's
Like, why is he so
shame.
afraid?
did you beat him up?
He's
No.
not scared of you. It's guilt. It's shame.
It's
He
because
he cannot face this.
Well,
That's
it's
what it
you were
is.
talking
You know what
about boundaries. And this week when you said, I did a video and I was like, Cody, go watch that video, because he does not have that concept of what a boundary is. And you have finally figured out where your boundaries are and you've held him to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he does
And-
not know what
yeah.
to do with that.
And this too, you have broken away from the manipulation. He can't control you, and
Yeah.
that scares him.
Oh gosh, and it's so beautiful to
So
And I
watch.
will tell you,
Beautiful.
thank you for recognizing that. Really, like, I really appreciate that. And that has been, like, very strong for me. I think in the past year, right? Like, the conversation, this phone call. I say that like that it really happened. It's not a quote. It happened, you know. But this phone call that we talk about where he went after Jen, right? like he minimized,
Oh
obviously
yeah.
he minimized. Stop it.
I'm sorry.
He minimized the
Keep saying
conversation
it.
so much. It
I want to
wasn't.
see it.
It,
His gum teeth.
it wasn't.
Don't
Honestly,
disrespect
the
the farm
conversation
manures.
started out good, right? Like it was a good conversation. We were getting somewhere, you know, we were talking about what we needed to talk about, whatever. And then it got into that. And I'm like, hold up, don't be talking about my best friend like that. And then like
Good.
making accusations. And it was interesting because I felt, I didn't feel, I did. I was going into the same place that he and I go to. Like, he will go on the attack and I will go on the attack back, and we were yelling at each other, right? And then it hit me, and I stopped and I said, Cody, I am not your wife. I don't have to have conversations like this with you. I will not have conversations like this with you. When you want to talk to me civilly, you can. That's it. This is the end of this conversation today.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yes.
So
That's how it's
like I
handled.
said goodbye. So it wasn't like I just hung up on him. Like he's like, she just hung up on me. No, I said goodbye. You know?
He just didn't hear it.
But like I did. I had to draw that hard boundary, and I will tell you that set me into a little bit of a spiral for a minute, you know, because it messed with me. And but it was so good for me because I spent the next few months like really identifying like who he is. My have to do each other. We have to make, you know, like it, but it put me into this place where I really, really had to focus on it, and know what I want and know what I'll allow and know what I won't allow. And so it was good for me to kind of like put that into motion at that conversation, you know, at
Yeah.
the picnic table with him. You know,
How
like,
much
these are my boundaries.
interaction-
I'm not going to let you mess with me. So hold
How
up.
much interaction do you have
That was
with
so
him
much fun.
normally now?
No.
Not a lot. We don't
Okay.
we don't need to now. You know, the property's done. So
Right.
anyway, but it was
Did
good. It
the-
was a good experience, and yeah, a long time coming. But
I guess
Did
like
they-
unless a kid gets married or something like that, that's the only time you guys would actually interact with one another.
Well,
Did
I
the
don't know.
apology
Right.
tour
yeah,
happen after Special Forces or before Special Forces? Do you know?
I'm not. I know that mine and Christine's was after. I don't know when he went and saw Janelle.
oh my gosh. I bet he went on the way to see, of course he did.
I have no
You know
idea.
what? Why would he
Away
make a
from
special
one.
trip? Of course he did. He, on his way to Morocco, stopped by Janelle's. Anyway.
We
You
can
know,
we can
one thing I
speculate till the
wanna-
cows come home, but I have no idea. I have no idea.
Do you?
Yeah, I mean,
So
not that
tell
much.
me this. Do you feel like his apology tour, your experience with it, was a true, because I did a video about this. I think there's a difference between saying I'm sorry and saying I apologize. To me, if you say I apologize, I didn't,
100%. You
Okay,
know,
so
you know
do
the
you feel
2 hour
like his
conversation
apology-
that we
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think there's a delay.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I know, I'm so sorry. Okay.
No, go ahead.
You know the 2 hour conversation after I've referred to that I don't know if you've heard me say this, but he and I had a 2 hour conversation after we filmed. Yes, after he ran to the toilet. Like
No way!
after that, right? We talked off camera, just us for 2 hours after that.
Wow.
And it was a really
How
good
was that?
conversation. And in that conversation, I asked him about that. I asked him about like, what's with the apology word? It doesn't feel sincere. And he's like, oh, I feel like it is. And he kind of explained his perspective. I explained why I think sorry is a better word than apologize, you know, and like, it just sounded stiff and performative, and it didn't feel, you know, authentic, whatever. But I do feel like, I 100% do feel like that it was for him. And I think that an apology should be for the other person. Forgiveness is about yourself, right? Like when I forgive somebody, if you did something wrong, whatever, or not wrong, but like that hurt me. Well, like this conversation that I was telling you before, that other person in the conversation had no idea it even bothered me, and I had to move through that, right? And it wasn't a situation that I needed to forgive, but I needed to work through it where the other person didn't even know. Usually when you have to forgive somebody, it's about yourself so that you're not carrying the burden of it. But and this is my perspective on this, that forgiveness is about me, but apology is for the other person. And I that's my perspective on it.
I actually agree. I think that is
Me too.
that is a great description.
Yep.
I do have a question though.
Oh, yeah.
How did you find out that Cody was on Special Forces? And what were your first 5 words after that?
Only 5?
Yeah, because I kind of figured it would be 5. I could figure the rest out.
I think I'm trying to remember, but he told me actually the day that we were filming in that 2-hour conversation afterwards. He told me then.
He said, I'm going on Special Forces. And you said,
Oh, he already had gone.
I'm pretty sure that's how I found out. I'm pretty sure that I hadn't heard anything about it prior, but he told me.
okay, to my knowledge, then you're the only one that got told face to face. Well, except for Robin, obviously, but I think you're the only one that got told face to face, because I think that Christine and Janelle had no idea, and I know that the kids have said they didn't know. Some of the
I'm
kids.
pretty sure he told me. Okay, I'm
But she's
gonna
not want to
backtrack
talk
it
about the
now.
kids.
I'm not 100% positive. I wonder if he just told me that he had been out of the country. No, I knew that he was out of the country prior to that. I think he told me then.
Okay, what did you say when he told you?
I was just like, oh, okay. Like I didn't even know what it was. I've never heard of this show before.
Once you realized what it was, what was the thought that ran through your head? Did you say, oh, he's going to be great at this? Or did you say, that man has 7 shades of crazy all over him? What is he doing going to the desert of Morocco?
I didn't really have any thoughts about it. Like what? Like
Yeah, because at that
I
point
had
you had
so
already
many
checked out.
thoughts.
No, like I do remember thinking, well, this seems like something that he would do. Like he's always kind of been like, I would say military minded. I don't know. Like I don't know. I remember years and years ago, he was talking about wanting to join the military. Like, I mean, it was me and Christine and Janelle, and I don't remember how many kids we had, but he had kind of talked about it, but he's like, yeah, I'm too old. They wouldn't let him in. You know what I mean? And it's like, we were like, you have a family. Do you think that's a good idea right now in your life? You know what I mean? But so he's always been like, so for that reason, it didn't really surprise me, but I had no idea like what the show was about. And
Okay,
so,
I
like,
have a
what he'd be
question.
doing.
Yes,
I have a
Grace.
question, and I don't know if you can answer this one or not. But who was it that wanted you to sign the NDA, and why was it they wanted you to sign an NDA? Because there's been a lot of conversation about that.
You
There
went
is a
for
lot
that,
of
didn't you, Grace?
speculation, and that and I appreciate you asking and wanting it from the horse's mouth. And that's really not something I'm not going to talk about, not because of the NDA, because I could.
Okay.
I just don't think that it's necessary to bring in. To me, that would feel like, ooh, I'm just bringing the tea, right?
Okay.
And
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
said before, I don't feel like that's necessary.
Well,
So
and
it's not
I asked
because
you.
of what.
I asked you
Go ahead.
because I never want to be accused of talking about it and not asking you when you're right here smack in front of me. So, and
I appreciate that. I do.
I get it that it's it is the tea. I mean, let's be real. It is the tea.
It is. It very much is, and we all have different opinions and perspectives, you know. And that, you know what? I need to like that picture. Like I can't look at
Lock
that.
it.
She needs to get back in front of that.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
there you go.
I can't. I can't
Okay.
look at
Perfect
that.
timing on my part.
I do want to say something to
Okay,
Mary.
thank you.
I want to say,
Okay.
I was so proud of you, and I thought it was so mature of you to say, I don't even want to be part of the ex-wife
Yes.
club.
Yep.
Because I mean, and I am, like, I don't sugarcoat stuff, but I think it's so childish of Christine and Janelle when they're like talking about Cody and that talking. It's just like, you know what? That does not deserve my energy. Like, just leave it behind. You don't need that crap. You don't need that BS. Literally, I can tell you from the outsider, nobody has your back but Jen. And Jen, oh my God, I've liked Jen since the beginning. And you needed that type of friend to help you get out of where you were at.
You need
And
a
I am so
teacher.
glad she's in your life.
She's pretty amazing. I do appreciate what you're saying. I just feel like, you know, me and Jen and Amber, you guys have seen Amber a little bit on season 2.
Yes.
We talk often about, we've got this great relationship. Anyway, so we talk often about, not often, but like if people knew how little he comes across my brain, or that I talk about him, he's not the focus, because like I'm in forward motion. I'm not looking in the back, right? I'm not looking in the past. And
You are a whole person.
I appreciate and honor and, you know, don't regret. I mean, obviously we all have things that we regret, but like I don't regret the life that I've had. And he was part of that, and I have my child because of that, and I have my family that I have because of that, and like I wouldn't ever wish any ill will on anybody, but also my forward motion, like he's not a part of it. If we can get to the point that we can be civil with each other, and this is what I've wanted from day one of the end. I said that on that episode, from day one of the end, you know, like from the end of the beginning, or the beginning of the end, whatever it was, you know, like if we can be at a place that we can just like, because our perspectives are always going to be different. Like I think that he did something and he thinks that I did something, and we're never going to agree on it. So let's just move forward from where we are, right? Like
That's going to be really hard with a narcissist. Let me tell you
that there's any point to sit and bash about the past.
It's almost impossible.
Who's right or who's wrong.
With a narcissist, it's almost impossible to be civil with each other.
Anybody. It's impossible with anybody to like to agree on what happened in the past, because our perspectives are all different. Even though
you
we're in
have
the
5
same situation.
perspectives plus all the kids. That's a lot of people to add their truth. And one person's truth is not necessarily another person's truth.
Well, don't they say there's
can I just respond to Carol
and then
Elizabeth?
the middle?
Hold on. Can I just respond to Carol Elizabeth?
Yes.
We don't know what she said.
I don't know, but she agrees.
What she said. I will read what Carol Elizabeth said.
Go.
Mary, you're blushing a little bit. So we're going to further go on this topic.
Not.
You are too.
Yeah, a little maybe.
Carol Elizabeth said, Ron sure is cute.
I knew it.
He's a catch. I gotta say that. He's a catch.
He's pretty cute.
He's a very kind and respectful man.
He doesn't have red hair.
I love the sound of his voice. I know that probably sounds weird, but he just has such a nice, smooth,
I call him, huh?
like very like,
right?
yeah,
Like
reassuring
eyes.
Like, I like that.
Yep.
I like that. You did.
So can we read between the lines
agree.
with that, Mary, that since you still think he's really cute, he's still maybe around?
He is
Maybe.
around. But it's also still, there's no labels. There's no labels. There's no engagement. We've not
Nice.
been married. He did not get down on his knee the night of the speed dating.
And you're
event.
not
Have
pregnant.
you guys seen? Have you guys seen those AI photos?
Yes.
He still
Of
had his
course.
name badge on him.
Yes.
He's like giving me the ring. Have you seen that one? It's
I
hilarious.
liked
I'm
that
like, wow,
one.
Ron,
I
talk
liked
about
that
speed.
one. There was one that they did you real dirty. They did a really old picture and they put it on him or put it on a wedding dress. And I was like, they didn't even center it. Like, come on, use a good picture of
there's
her.
been some really bad ones. Like, if you're gonna like AI photo me, like make it right. Oh,
Right?
and Jen sent me one the other day that was like on New Year's, something of me alone on New Year's. I'm like, that doesn't even look like me. Like, AI is better than this.
Truly, you know what? AI is getting really good these days, and they make some really good stuff.
They do.
They should work with them.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Hey, Mary, I got a question for you. Do you think that you guys will ever be in one tell-all, like one reunion as like a group ever again, or do you think that's completely out the window? That's never going to happen.
I don't know. And I'm not quite sure why they started doing this, except for just because of the fractures and the split up of the family. I know that they started doing the single interviews during the regular episodes, because of COVID. Like, it was a whole thing when we were filming during COVID, right? Like, that was extra. So that's why we started doing the single interviews then. And then, the breakup started happening and it just kind of was natural to do that. And so I'm trying to remember the first season we did the single interviews for the tell-alls, or I guess
16
one-on-ones now. 16? Was that 16. COVID?
Yeah,
it was 16.
She knows it.
Pretty sure it was 16.
That would be amazing for them to
Was
do
that
it like
COVID year?
Real Housewives style, like you all come out like these extravagant like ball gowns and sit down with like a host that knows like what they're talking about. Like, that would give me life. Could you imagine?
Can I please interview everybody? Can I please interview everybody?
Listen, I have to tell you, I like Suki, you guys. I really do. And also, you have to know that she's getting a directive. Any interviewer that we have had has had a directive from, like she's asking the questions that she's being assigned to ask.
Absolutely. She's a professional.
So the people who go after Suki, like it does kind of bother me. Because it's not her. It's like
it wouldn't matter if she asked the hard-hitting questions, because we would never see them, because they would never air, and then she would be fired. So it doesn't really matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter. They're not going to answer any questions that they don't want to answer, period.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen him say, I'm not going to answer that. Nope, I'm not going to answer that. So how many times has he said that we haven't seen?
People get fired too.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've seen interviewers be fired.
Tamara. Oh gosh.
So
not
there's going to be a season 21
from the Today Show. What's her name?
Andrea Canning? No,
the one she went to her show, right?
Andrea Canning.
It was the dark-haired woman from the Today Show.
The really pretty one.
Mm-hmm.
I hear her voice.
Maria. Well, she interviewed you. She did a great job. She asked Cody something he didn't like, so she didn't come back.
Yeah.
Meredith. No, is it Meredith?
It wasn't Meredith Vieira. It was
Tamron Hall.
Wasn't Tamron. It was before Tamron was on the Today Show.
Morales.
It was before
Tamron. Morales. Natalie
Morales. There we go. Natalie Morales. Yeah.
And I'm not quite sure what the situation was with her.
That was when
and why she didn't come back.
That was the interview that she asked Cody about the book and the nachos situation, and then she pulled him aside afterwards and gave him an
Oh.
opportunity to dig himself out of the hole that he had dug himself into. And instead, he got a bigger shovel and then dug himself in further. So
You know,
she was going after that.
Some people, let me just respond to that with this. Did you notice on last week's, 2 days ago, the episode where Suki asked him about a hidden talent, and he's like, well, I run my mouth, and she's like, well, that's not hidden. So that's how I'll respond to that comment.
I actually did notice
That's
that.
not me trash talking. That's me saying what he said. I'm just repeating what he
clocked
said.
him.
And
Just repeating what he said.
You clocked him to the heavens.
Did you
That
listen
was
to
great.
Suki's interview with the Sister Wives? I quoted it today. Now I can't remember. The Sister Wives professor
Oh,
interviewed Suki.
No.
Have you listened to that, Mary?
Professor Adam?
Yes.
who's the sister
Professor
wives
Adam.
professor?
It's a podcast.
It's a podcast.
It's a podcast. And
Oh,
You have
I
no
don't-
idea how many people talk about you, Mary.
he interviewed Suki, and
It's probably safest for my heart that way.
so
good.
one of the
You're
things
good.
that she alluded to on the podcast was that because she said a lot of people come at her for not kind of having gotcha moments where she calls like Cody out when he's caught lying, or calling Robin out when she's caught in a bold-faced lie. And she said, I have to remain non-biased, and I can't have gotcha moments because they have to trust me that I'm going to let them speak their truth and not try to pin them in a corner. And then she made the comment that she said, plus they all talk to each other and have cell phones. So if I try to corner one, they're just going to text the other one and tell the other one that I just did that. And somebody came in my comment section and was like, no, that doesn't happen. And I had to laugh because I'm thinking,
How do you know?
I can't imagine that doesn't happen. When you're all doing the tell-alls.
Let's be real. These whole like if they're wanting her to have gotcha moments, right? If that's like if that's what the viewership wants, like I don't know that we need Suki to do that, because we do that to ourselves plenty well. It's like, I mean, we do. It's like, well, I'm going to tell you this, and you guys see it play out. Like, and there's a lot that you guys don't know. Like when I say you guys, I mean viewers, right?
Yeah.
You don't know, because it has to be like cut down so much. There's so many conversations, and it's actually kind of funny to me watching some narratives that people put out there based on what you see, and you have to fill in the blanks, right? And there's no way that we could ever like fill in every single blank. But also remembering that we all have different perspectives, right?
Right.
And so it's like we do kind of do it to ourselves.
Okay, one question somebody has. Somebody asked a question. Why don't they who stopped from getting everybody together on the same couch?
COVID. She just said it was COVID.
But why didn't they go back?
COVID for regular interviews. That was all about COVID.
Okay.
And I can only assume that the tell-alls or the one-on-ones happened because it was COVID year. That year. I only assume. I can't remember. I know you guys said it was 16, episode 6 or season 16, but I can't remember. I guess that would have been COVID year.
16.
Not long ago. So yeah.
I mean, I gotta admit, with Suki, I think she has toughened up a lot. And I like the last couple of seasons. But at the beginning, I feel like, especially Robin and Cody were pushing against some of her questions, and she would just pull back. But now she doesn't. I can see she's firm on her stand, and she asks the questions and she doesn't back down. So for that, I give her credit, and I like her now. I do.
I was impressed with how Suki handled
I
the
noticed
situation.
that. Yeah, I noticed that this year in my interviews with her, that
Mhm.
she would just kind of keep asking. And let's be real though, like all journalists will do that because they want to get an answer. They want to, they want the answer. And if you don't answer the way they want, they're going to ask you another question in a different way. Like our producers do that just on our the couch interviews sometimes too. It's like they want an answer, and because me, I'll be vague if I don't want to answer something, or sometimes I'll just come out and say it.
But you don't walk out or threaten to walk out like they do.
Oh no, I don't think I don't think that there's a reason to be antagonistic, although I did consider it at one point during that park bench conversation.
I bet.
Did you really?
Yes.
You considered getting up and walking
Don't you
away?
remember me saying it?
Yeah, but I didn't know you were like really.
I was like, I remember sitting there just trying to be really calm, thinking, if this, I was real when I said that on the couch. Like I'm very careful not to lie. I will not lie on the show. And so yeah, when I said that was real. But there was a time that I thought, like, I felt myself, it was probably about Jen because I'm going to defend her, right? But I remember thinking, if it gets any worse than this, I will end this conversation.
I thought it was going to be when he held your hand. Remember when she asked him about the kids, and then he goes to hold the hand, a controlling type of movement, and I was like, oh, she's gonna flip. She's about to flip.
I'm so glad they caught that on camera and me just moving my hand out from under it. It's like, your hand does not need to be there on mine. Thank you very much.
And there you go with that poker face again. I would have been like, have you lost your mind?
I know. Get the hell out
There
of
would have
here.
been an F in there. I would have been like, what the F do you think you're doing? Like,
No touching.
Get your cooties out of here.
I was just so impressed with the whole thing. I really was. I thought you handled yourself with a lot of class and a lot of grace.
I really, really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
It's so kind of you guys to say these nice things.
Did you watch
I
the
do
tell-alls?
Does Mary?
Yeah, Mary. Do you watch? You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you just laugh?
I do.
I have a lot
I
of
wish we
respect
have
for you
a
that you
live watch
them.
party. That would be amazing. We and Jen do a live watch
I
party.
I
That
know.
could be interesting.
Please, Mary.
Would you do it, Mary?
Please.
Would you do it?
That would
If
be.
I go
that would be-
live Sunday
that would
night,
be
would you go
awesome.
live with me?
That would be funny.
I don't know. I'm usually in bed watching on my laptop when I watch it.
I
Mary,
usually am
this-
too.
Me
Mary,
too.
this is our Super Bowl. We have
Mary?
live watch parties.
Mary,
We're
you and
rooting for
I'll have
you.
my PJs on and my glass of wine. You can have your
Yeah.
PJs on and whatever you want to drink.
Yeah.
And we will watch it Sunday night at 10.
Last week, I dressed up as Robin.
Shoot me a
Oh my
message.
gosh.
Let
You
me
dressed up
consider
as
it.
Robin?
Yeah, she even
I
had
don't
the
know.
jewelry.
I had my
Wait,
David
wait.
Yurman.
And she had that picture behind her, like a
had my-
printed picture of Robin and Cody. You know, when they're almost having sex, but they're not having sex. You know, the engagement picture? That
The
one.
foot pop around the world.
Yes. She was so
Mary,
funny. Her
you can even
David
have
Jortman.
You
Oh
can have
my
Jen
God. she
over
was funny.
Sunday night.
This is
And you
our
know, she had to
Super
wear
Bowl.
purple. You know?
It
Purple
was a
and
purple
floral.
flowered
I
top.
feel like we're having 4 conversations here. What is happening?
I don't
We are.
know, but now all I can picture is how much paint that purple palace is going to be painted, and it's going to be so awful. It's
No.
going to be so awful.
No. But I think you should have Jen over Sunday night.
That won't
And we
happen.
should have a live
That for
watch
sure won't
party.
happen.
That would be fun.
That
Oh,
definitely
God.
won't happen. She focuses on her family time on Sundays.
Well,
so.
She
speaking
has actual responsibilities.
speaking of Jen, though, in all seriousness,
know.
how is her husband doing?
He's hanging in there. Nothing is 100% clear at this point, but he's doing all the things that he needs to do, and they're just moving through it.
That's a
He
lot.
had those major surgeries earlier last year, and he had 2 or 3 of them, I think. And so he's currently up and walking. He's not, so he's out of the wheelchair, off the crutches and everything. So that
Oh,
part
that's
is
wonderful.
good. So those wounds are healing. But he's, like nothing is 100% clear yet. So
Yeah.
Right.
we're still, fingers crossed, praying, all the things.
Well, please tell
So,
Jen that we are sending love and light and lots of good thoughts and prayers
Thank
to
you.
her family, because this is hard, for anybody. And Jen is like all of our
Yep.
best friends. We all want to be Jen's best friend. I think
Thank
we all
you.
kind of think that everybody needs a Jen. And so we just love her.
Everybody does need a Jen. She
Everybody needs a Jen.
and I have been in each other's lives for 14 years. And
Mhm.
it's only been, since I moved back to, not moved back, but moved to the B&B, and she was already living here in this town too, that, we started discussing her being a little bit more present on the show because I was going to be here and it made sense, right? And so everybody's like, not everybody, but so many people are like, where has she been all your life? And it's like, well, I mean, she's been here for 14 years and she's been great. And she's been
Best thing.
very, very, very respectful of what I want, like she has asked me, I don't think this made the cut. We talked about it one time when we were doing an interview together for the regular season, not the tell-all, but for the regular season. I'm pretty sure I'm right in this. I think I'm remembering right, as far as when it was. But we talked about like that she's been around and she's been very respectful of me and what I wanted. And she actually has brought up like, hey, listen, I'll help you move when you're ready. This is back in Vegas even. I'll help you move when you're ready, and I'm like, no, I'm working on my marriage. I'm working on my family. I have, this is important to me. And she's like, all right. And she dropped it. Like she brought it up one time in Vegas. She brought it up one time in Flagstaff. And then, the rest is history. But, she didn't ever push when I said no. It wasn't until I started opening up that she's like, all right, I'll help you. You know what I mean? And it wasn't until
she's
I
like
said,
the greatest best friend
Say what you
ever.
want. She is. She respects me. She respects, she didn't agree with me, obviously, but I had to come to the place where I was ready to leave. Right. And so like this narrative that he says about, I think that's next. Was that on the preview coming up for next week's tell all? I think where he was like, yeah, I think that Jen had something to do with her, with me.
Oh, yeah.
deciding to leave. Like if he only knew, like she suggested it, but then I said no, and she never brought it up again. Right. So
it's almost as
and
if
also,
he
just
can't
by the way,
hear.
between you and me, and nobody else gets to hear this. Hold on. Between you and me, and nobody else gets to hear this. Why would he care if he never loved me and didn't want me around anyway and is happy to be rid of me? Why does he care who brought up who talked me?
Money.
Talked me into
Bingo.
moving?
You wanted
Right?
your money.
Like, why does it matter?
You wanted the money to keep flowing.
The money.
I don't understand like why that even matters. It just didn't make sense. But anyway.
I'm so glad you don't have to deal with that anymore.
But I think it goes back to the whole thing about Jen is this strong, independent, hard-headed woman, and that intimidates him. He can't fight his way out of that. He can't over talk her.
Yeah.
Because she's gonna squash it. And that men like that don't like women like that. They don't. They don't want no part of it.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I would agree with you. If he doesn't have somebody who and I think that's where maybe some of his frustration with me has come, is because I have started having those boundaries where before he could walk all over me, and I don't let that happen anymore.
That's a
you know,
that's a
'cause I
1,000% it.
kept my mouth
Yep.
quiet. Like I
Yep.
kept my mouth shut. I didn't say things. I just kind of like did things to, you know, and you guys saw it in the past few seasons, you know, like I'm not going to say anything. I'll just do whatever because like for a while I was thinking that I could heal my marriage and I was going to keep my mouth shut because I didn't want to make waves.
Sure.
Right? But I also
That-
didn't know
that makes
how to
perfect
balance.
sense.
It wasn't until I
Yep.
started. Yeah, it wasn't until I started like, wait a second, I can be me and I don't have to settle for this kind of stuff. So
Well, and
I
that's where
am
I started this video out saying, I wish that Christine and Janelle and Robin could all do the same thing Meri has done and get to a place where they're not make it safe or make it better, but just be true to who they are. And I see
Yeah.
it with Robin all the time. You see it in the tell-alls. You know, it's well, she's doing this because I'm Cody's wife, and she's trying to do this balancing act, and it's like, honey, be true to yourself. Just be true to here. You know, and
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think
get it.
this is my
and
opinion.
We all have our own paths. We all have our own journeys, and we all will do what we need to do in the situations that we're in, you know, to survive, to thrive, to be happy, right? And you know, sometimes we don't realize that we're not happy until we start seeing things different, and our you know, things shift. You know, things shift. And I'm not saying any one of them are right or wrong or in what they're doing. You know, if they're happy with what they're doing, and if they're happy with the things that they've said, and if they're happy in their lives, you know, that's really what matters. And they're gonna attract the people who align with them, with who they are and how they are. And I feel like for me that, and 100% not saying one's better than the other at all. I'm just saying for me with my journey, the people who don't align with who I am and where I am in my life, they fall off. And it's not because they're bad and I'm better or vice versa. It's just because we don't align.
Right.
That's all it is.
And that's
Isn't there
okay.
something called like the 5-year theory, where it's like every 5 years you have like the gathering of the things that are important to you, and then they over the next umpteen years slip
I've
through
not
your
heard of
fingers the things that aren't unimportant to you or that didn't really matter, and then at the end of 5 years you have in your hand the things that are actually really important to you, and every 5 years you take another scoop of all the important things.
I have never heard of this, but I kind of like it. I'm going to have to look this up.
I think it's called the 5-year theory. I'm probably butchering this. I mean, but it's some. I mean, I have a whole thing about like a jar of stuff, and an earthquake comes and shakes your life is a jar, and you put your stuff, a glass jar, and you put stuff in your jar. I'm gonna tell you now. You put stuff in the jar of your life, and you put it on a shelf every day. Put something in it, put it on the shelf, and then an earthquake comes along, and it shakes the jar right off the shelf, and everything crashes onto the floor. So what do? You pick up a jar and you start putting stuff back in the jar. And the things that are important to you, you put in the jar. And the things that aren't really important to you, you don't worry about. They're gone. It's okay.
Yeah.
You had it while you had it, and now it's gone.
Those
And then you just
important things. Yeah,
they
and those
keep getting
important
put in your
things,
jar.
This is what you were saying about this 5-year thing. Those important things will change as you go, right?
Yeah.
Like they will always change. Like I have so I came from Vegas, which had a big house, and then I moved to Flagstaff, which I also had a big house, and then I come to here and it's not as big of a house, and it was already you know, furnished, and like, so I got rid of a bunch of things right when I moved, but I still have a storage unit, a very large storage unit with lots of stuff, and a lot of it is like history and memorabilia of like the past 30 years, right? And I still need to go through that stuff, but every time I go through a box or whatever, it's like, okay, that's not important to me anymore. And I can release my emotion from it. I can release the stress from it. I can release, like, and sometimes just having it put away for a minute,
Yeah.
physically or emotionally, right? Having it put away and on the shelf, and like, then when you come back to it later, when you're more at a place that you can go through it and process it and look at it, it's you're more clear on what you want and what you need. So
Yeah.
auction it off.
Well, I think the
Carol
bottom
Elizabeth
line
said,
that we
auction it off.
cumulatively want you to know is that we here on TikTok as women are super proud of you.
We are.
And we're really just, I feel like I've seen you. I know you don't know us. You're getting to know us because we nag you, but we've seen you go through
I
this
love
life.
it. I do love it. I do.
We've seen
So
you
thank
go
you.
through this life journey, and where you're not at now, we're all rooting for you. And I appreciate that you jumped on here tonight and shared all this, Mary. I really do. I hope you know that.
Yeah, this has been really
thank you
a
so
wonderful
much
thing to
for,
watch you go through. Because you have been,
thank
like
you.
I said
Thank
before,
you, for
you have
letting
been
me share the
inspiring.
space with you.
Anytime,
appreciate that. I do.
anytime
I
I'm
appreciate
live,
that.
anytime any of us are live, you can just hop on anytime.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate it. Like, it's just very humbling. It really is. It's very humbling. It just kind of, it does. It kind of warms my heart and makes me feel seen. And, we just all want to be seen sometimes. So thank you. Thank you for
Hey,
letting
Mary,
me
I got a quick
feel
question
seen.
for you. Anybody that's
Okay.
going through this experience that is thinking about leaving a situation, what could you give them any kind of advice to start the process?
Listen to your gut and be true to who you are, and make the decisions based on who you are and what you want in your life, and not what you think somebody else expects of you. Like, there's something very empowering and freeing about being in a space where you get to make the decisions for you. And it's very, like, it is, it's we all want to look outside of ourselves and give our power to somebody else by asking somebody else, what do you think I should do? Right? No, you have that power in you already. And you need to learn to trust yourself enough to know what you really want and know what is best for you. And that is hard. It is not easy. It's not an easy task.
No. You still doing Worthy Up?
Yes.
All right. If people want to
I
get on the
am.
Worthy Up, where should they go? What should they do? And who should they talk to?
You are so sweet. You are so sweet. I'm kind of revamping it. I love my direction of this. Thank you so much for asking. So the direction that we're taking this year is just a little bit different. I think I started realizing in the past year or so that people think that I'm like a life coach. Oh, she's life coaching now. It's like, I'm not life coaching. I'm here to share my experiences and be in this community with you as we cheer each other on as we figure our stuff out. Right?
Love
like,
it.
and if I have something to share that is of value, like, I want to share it, so Worthy Up really is just kind of, it's like a lifestyle brand, and it's where we just connect and we have conversations, and, community is very important to us. And so, yeah, merybrown.com is my website. You can find all my brand's businesses and projects there, and Worthy Up is there. And I have my Worthy Up business page that you can follow along on. And anyway, good things are happening this year. I'm excited.
I love
Thank
it.
you for asking
I love
about it.
it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it is 8:38 and I've got a 13-year-old coming in just a few minutes here. I know. Wish me luck here. I'm 54 with a 13-year-old.
I'm sorry for like bombarding this, and also thank you. I feel like you guys probably had something maybe y'all were talking about, and I just kind of interrupted and changed change the
It wasn't that important.
trajectory of the evening.
No, but when does this book come out, Mary? I do want to mark my calendar.
She's going to make you write this book.
You will know when I know.
Okay.
There you go. I
you
love
will
it.
know when I know. When I'm ready to announce a date.
All right.
Well,
I want
hey.
a personal DM.
I would love to do this again sometime with everybody here where we can sit and talk. Maybe we can arrange something that after the tell-alls are all done.
Ooh.
Maybe we can all sit and talk about things.
Maybe we can. I've got
I love
another
that.
couple of people that I'm working on arranging something with as well, and I promise next time I'll look a little bit better, have better lighting. I won't be
we
all
don't care.
teary-eyed, and
You look good.
We
It'll
don't
be
care.
a better hair day too. So
Look,
Hey
come on.
Mary, I do it live on Sunday nights. It's a good time. So if you're ever bored on a Sunday, come over
You're
to
in
the
bed and you
Oliver
think to
page.
yourself, I want to see what these crazy women are talking about. Hop
He's so
in.
creative.
Good time.
Well, hey, I'm
That's
gonna
awesome.
actually
I love
wrap
it.
this up and let everybody get off. But thank you so much for joining us, Mary. Really appreciate it. It's
Yeah,
always
thank
wonderful
Thank
to
you
talk to you.
so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. I really appreciate it,
night.
you guys. Have a good rest of your evening.
You too.
Bye.
Oh,
Good
give
night.
Zona a big hug and kiss for us, please.
Zona.
And tell Jen we said hi.
I will.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
laying here right next to me. I will.
Awesome.
He's tired.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
All right. I can't believe that just happened.
I can't believe it just happened.
What happened to your list of things we were going to talk about?
That went out the window.
I know.
I was like, Mary's not going to show up. Oh my God, that's Mary.
I was thinking, what did I just say? What did I just say?
I had a feeling she would when she dropped in the comment section. She said, "Hi, Grace," and I was like, "Oh, I bet she'll join." So I sent the invite, and she was like, "Sure," and popped up, and I was like, "Okay,
Wow.
cool."
I can't believe that. I can't believe that. That was the most unexpected thing.
So do you now understand what I mean? Like, she's so easy to talk to.
She's very authentic.
She's very
And she's
She
authentic.
very
honestly
real.
seems like
So
somebody that we could sit down and just
Mhm.
have a coffee with, have a glass of wine with, and just chit chat about like rainbows or like
Yep.
I don't know.
And she literally said, "I refuse to
Cheers.
lie on the show."
Yeah.
And you know, I'm on my thing right now where I'm catching people on lies. But anyways, I have not found lies on Mary, actually, to be honest with you.
No, and if she
Christine and
does,
Janelle and Robin and Cody,
I will
there's a
say
lot.
this about Mary. When I interviewed her before this past summer. I did a
Mhm.
live with her, and the one thing that is a really big like moral compass for her.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
if she says something wrong and she realizes she did, she will go back and take ownership of it.
Right.
Yeah. No, yeah.
He's
that's
always
that's
seemed like such a straight shooter to me. That's why one of the reasons that like everybody got all like off track with her, and she just seems like such a straight shooter. Janelle, when the whole fiasco happened with Cody and Janelle and Cody and Robin and the divorce and everything like that, even Janelle said, "Mary is fair. Mary is always fair. Mary is always
Mary,
fair.
yeah.
She is, you know."
So why do you think Janelle? Why do you think then Janelle? You know how he said, well, Janelle wanted to put Mary in the least amount of property because she was afraid that Mary would just like run or whatever not. And I'm like, out of all of them, the one that I would think would give every penny back would be Mary. I mean,
Mary has proven
yeah.
time and time again over the years with her actions
Mhm.
what she would do.
Well, and
So that was never
that's why I asked her about the NDA. Because when her and I talked before, that she will say to you, if this is something I'm not going to discuss, and the NDA was in my comment section, literally every other line. It was asked about the NDA, asked about the NDA, asked about the NDA. And I was like, if I ask her, she'll either answer it or she'll say no.
Yeah.
And it will not be a one way or the
She
other.
didn't say what was in the NDA, but she did say that she said that she signed it. There was an NDA signed. If you go back to live, she says, "I'm not going to talk about what's in the NDA. Not because I signed it, or because there's an NDA, which means she signed it."
No, she said not because I can't talk about it, because there's not because I can't, but because
Why
I
can't
won't.
she talk about it?
She said not because I can't.
Oh, I thought she was saying like she just wasn't gonna talk about
She's
it
saying,
because
"I'm
it was
just
like,
not
you know,
going to."
yeah, she was just not gonna do it. That's
I'm
the way
just
I
not
interpreted
going
it.
to.
That's how I took it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm with you. I think that of everybody in that group, she would have been the one they could have put on every single piece of property, because when push came to shove, she would have
You would have
split
been
it
fair.
evenly with everybody.
Yes, because
And
she's
then-
fair.
Right. And then as the relationships fell apart, it became every person for themselves,
Yeah.
including Robin.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when it all fell apart. And I think that's how Janelle got caught in this mess, is because she was 50 years old and she realized, I have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I hate to do this, but it's
No, you don't.
8:45 and I gotta get up.
And Monica, you really had to have that picture, and then Mary shows up, and then you have that picture right behind you.
I love it. It was perfect.
That was funny,
Believe
though.
that,
It was
and then I moved, and she
And
was
then
like,
you had to go let the dogs out, and
Did
she's
you
like,
not
"Oh
take
my
it down?"
god!"
"No,
Why would she take that masterpiece
are
down?
you kidding me? I'm gonna get that thing framed. I'm
send
trying
me a
to find a
copy.
person to make an
Though.
oil painting of it. Let's send it to Mary for Christmas next year."
Put a little hat, a little Santa hat.
Y'all are a mess.
No way, I'm not putting a Santa hat on that thing.
No, a little
Look.
tiny one and cock it to the side.
Oh, there you go. I'm gonna send her chiclets. The gum, the chiclets gum.
Yes.
The
ugly.
what was it?
How
Walter
much do I
Matthau
have?
wore in what was that movie?
In that
Dennis the
movie.
Menace.
Oh yeah.
When he had the chiclets gum, it looks just like Cody.
He looks like
You know
he
what's
says
funny?
words like yuck.
How much
What?
do you want to bet Robin and Cody were watching this live tonight?
Nah, really?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's past Cody's bedtime. He's got to get up in the morning.
No, you know, Robin stays up till like 3 in the morning, and then wakes up at 12 noon, 1 p.m. around there.
Uh-huh.
But by that
ask
time, Cody
Cody.
already took the kids to school, so she might
I
be right.
wouldn't take that
Cody's
bet.
putting the kids to bed right now.
Yeah, she has to
I
ask him
would-
permission.
Totally. I would bet money that he's watching.
Cody watches all kinds of stuff. Okay.
Yes, he does.
Cody watches all kinds of stuff, and Cody makes comments. Make no mistake about this. He does make comments, and so does Robin, and so does Robin's family.
Has anybody found the burn accounts?
I found accounts that I'm pretty sure are them.
No way.
Oh.
Yeah, there's usually like people will comment stuff, and then because I'm in my comments, so I will go in the comments, and then I will like read, and then I will go find you, and I will look your stuff up and crazy.
Oh my
like that.
goodness, girl.
Oh yeah, and so I can't find them. They'll have like no followers. They've liked 12 things. They have no videos posted and stuff like that. And the other thing is,
Who they follow, too.
I'm from Flagstaff, Arizona.
Also, you know people who know people who know people.
Have you ever eaten at Salsa Brava?
Salsa Brava was not there when I was there. It was a different restaurant, but I used to eat in that particular location all the time. I want to know if they go to Beaver Street Brewery, because that place is amazing. I should have asked Mary. That place is amazing. And if anyone ever goes to Flagstaff, Arizona, you want to go to Beaver Street Brewery and have the cheese fondue. It's fabulous.
They were at a brewery not too long ago.
Mhm.
They
That's what
were
I
sitting
thought,
at a
too.
restaurant with some beers or something. Him and
Yes.
Robin.
They go to a lot of the restaurants downtown. I've seen
Oh.
them at different restaurants, and I'm like, yep, I know that one. Yep, I know that one. Yep, I know that one.
Oh.
Josephine's really made me mad because Josephine's is a really good restaurant.
That's your favorite.
It's a really good one.
Wow.
Well, ladies,
So,
I have bread baking. My meds were due 45 minutes ago, and I have to get up in like 10 hours. No, 8 hours.
I have a 13-year-old coming home from youth group. So
Thank
I
you
need
so
to
Girl,
go.
much.
I have an 8-year-old and a 28-year-old.
I am so sorry.
I know.
you
me
have an
too.
8-year-old and a 28-year-old? Well, God bless you.
I thought the
Wow.
factory was closed. It wasn't, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I'm 54 with a 13-year-old, so I'm familiar
That's how I'm
with
gonna be. I'm gonna be like that.
You look
You are
good.
young.
Menopause, perimenopause, and yeah, not fun.
I'm over here doing the mom thing. I've got grandchildren that are 10.
You have grandchildren?
I have
Oh,
grandchildren.
yeah.
Yes.
Grandchildren.
I
I have a 3-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 10-year-old grandchildren that I take care of
Oh,
every
so
day.
yeah, like the 7-year-old. Yeah.
Wow.
It's kind of like my
I
son.
have a chihuahua.
I know, she snores. We
Does
hear
that
her on the
count?
lives. It's so much fun. She's snoring the way through everything.
She is so bored with the show.
Ladies,
She's so
This
over
was
it.
a blast. And if any of us get her to go live with us Sunday night, I will be
Oh,
thrilled. That
it
would
would
be
be
a
gorgeous.
hoot.
I want to go live with Meri where we set it up after all the tell-alls have aired. Like
Yes.
on a Sunday night, like the next week or something
Yeah.
like that, where we sit down and like let's present her with some questions.
Yeah.
Like let's for real, like everybody that's watching this, if you have a question for Meri that you want to ask,
Send it ahead of time.
submit it. Send it to us. Let us know what it is that you want to ask her. I want to know what her favorite food is. I want to know what her favorite dessert is. Like silly stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm just curious because I'm nosy like that.
We
So
talked about
send us
some
your
of that.
questions.
We
Yeah.
talked about some of that stuff in July when I talked to her, and I asked her about like drinking wine. I was like, for a long time you always said there was never wine in that cup, and she was like, "Girl, I love wine."
And that's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
hey.
That's fine.
Grace, you're going to have to set it up because you're the bestie.
Yeah.
You're the bestie, so you'll have to do it.
She's very open to talking about stuff like that.
All right. Well,
That's
let's do
wanna
it.
know
We'll make it
about
work.
your
Although
Obama.
Monica, I did see some comments and people were like, Monica, shh, Monica, shh. And I was like, ladies, let her talk. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, well,
Thanks,
the sound is off. So like she's not talking that I can see and hear, and then I start talking, and then I realize she's talking. So I was like, oh wait.
Mhm.
Oh wait. So that happened a lot. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I noticed that too.
I did it the last time I interviewed her, and I got that feedback a lot. They were like, "Would you shut up and let her talk?" And so this time I knew to just zip it and let her.
We did stay very quiet this time. I saw that.
Yeah,
Well,
and
that's why I
was
think
why.
if we submit questions to her or something like that.
Oh,
Oh,
Fun
well,
talk.
I
I
would
feel
love
like
to.
it's also weird if it's only her talking. I mean, we all have questions. We all want to
Yeah.
engage.
Exactly. Oh, the 13-year-old just came home. Okay.
All right.
Okay,
I
it's time
gotta
to
go.
go.
thank y'all
Good
so
Hey,
much.
thank you so
Bye.
much,
It was
guys.
so much
I
fun.
loved it. I had a wonderful time. I'd love to do this again sometime,
Absolutely.
like
we will.
Sunday.
Let's do it.
If you're all
Bye,
up for Sunday,
guys.
I'm up for Sunday too.
Okay, good night.
All right.
Bye
Well, thank
bye.
you so much for everybody for joining us. Really appreciate it. Obviously, we're going to do it again on Sunday, so we hope to see you then
Yes.
too.
There you go.
Have a great night.